Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Geeky Rollers. Wonderful time on Monday evenings where a bunch of us absolutely geeky people get together to play the greatest tabletop role-playing game in the world, Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Lean in! I like it. Matt gets literally a shit ton of abuse hurled at him before they start, and I just get everyone's hands trying to crush my face.
You fucking arsehole, you're going to kill us all.
I have no intent to kill these characters.
No intent.
I don't. The monsters do. I don't. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, so we have been away for a couple of weeks, but as the usual life of real life problems kicking in, shit happens and we're
No, we
here
can't
today.
edit that out.
Yeah, no, live. Fun. Don't swear. Fuck you all.
Bullshit.
But anyways, we are back, and yeah, I guess shall we just get right into it, guys? Like,
Yeah.
I don't need
just
this
go to
nothing.
our Inevitable Dead. Dead, sorry.
Let's just navel gaze for a while.
Okay. I don't remember where my
Your own navel or someone else's is your choice.
little column A, little column B.
I shake my dice at you.
There we go. Got music going. So, last time, you all had defeated frickin' Rakith, the leader of the Stone Clan of Goliaths,
Oh yeah, we did that, didn't we? Yeah.
Pussy.
freeing Paquet the Green Wolf, and imprisoning the rest of the Stone Clan who had stayed behind within the very cage they imprisoned the wolf in. Upon the next morning, portaling in from Bardoon was Malorn, as well as a small regiment of troops to occupy the city for when the Goliaths return.
My dude.
Upon which, Flake was blessed and given the blessings from Paquet, as well as a specially new enchanted freaking little leather armor that acts basically as plate armor because of the strength of it. And you guys were urged to go down beneath the city itself to find out what the problem was and what was cursing the city for so long. Upon going down there and confronting a beholder,
Oh yeah, well we took our naps.
Yeah.
yep, two of you nearly drowned in
Best sleep we've had in weeks.
taking on the beholder and taking it down. I mean, not without random sense of like, oh fuck, every so often. Managed to defeat it.
Every single session.
More or less. You guys managed to defeat the beholder. Win from that, and managed to go over to look over at the little, almost laboratory he seems to have set up down there. Upon a few of you recognizing a particular red dragon-scaled rabbit, as well as a wolf of the same similar markings in the tank next to it. Upon further of going through some of the books in the bookshelf, looking about the notes upon the table, it's roughly where we left off last week.
Creepy shit, no good.
I mean, nobody died.
On our side, anyway.
On your side.
Plenty of casualties on the other, as per usual.
Standard.
We rarely leave survivors.
I mean,
Yeah, you got to deal with prisoners and it gets complicated.
And you've got to feed them.
yeah, got to feed
You're
them,
not
got to make
allowed
sure
to
they stay alive.
abuse them.
Mm.
And use the slave
So
labour.
much
It's just,
work.
oh, God, these moral standards.
Moral standards to you, but survivability for us.
Modern slavery. No.
Anyway,
Hey,
shall we actually have a look at what the fuck was going on down here, or...
Lord. Language, you're in front of a lady. Sorry about the last after that as well.
Even Click is just like...
Hey, you're used to us. Still new.
Anywho. Stay. Yes. You can see Malone seems to have almost, not necessarily a keen interest in kind of what's going on, but more from a learned scholar sense, being an enchanter and person who's worked with magic, items as well as from draconic lineage as well, has a slight interest in what's the fuck was definitely going on down here.
Creepy shit. Oh, that's a creepy shit.
So you literally see him literally going through like a few little, several different papers and things like that. It's like, well, it seems our multi-eyed dead friend back there was definitely working with the dragons that attacked Capeson. I think this goes a lot further than we could imagine.
How much further?
Kind of picks up the paper. Does anyone here know Celestial or Abyssal?
I think I'm no Abyssal. What is that?
No.
Count stream.
I gotta find where languages are.
But you know, with proficiencies, I believe.
What did you say? Which one?
Abyssal or Celestial.
I've got
No.
Celestial.
Not impressed.
And I've got Abyssal.
Big old boy, mate.
So between us.
Daily occurrence.
He's got a point. He's got like several sheets of paper in front of him. All kind of, some of them are a bit tired, and some are a bit more weathered than others. But you can kind of start understanding. You can start seeing some of the titles and the names across them. The one that immediately catches your eye first is one named Wendolin, the Maddening Frost Maiden.
I haven't done this in a while.
Wendy!
You see others with, you see four more that he's kind of pushing through with similar names and titles bared straight after them as well, probably presenting to the four other dragons.
What Pippin?
Good cross-compare languages.
Yep. All this starts becoming clear to you as well.
Crazy shit going down.
I can do one of two things. I can either literally throw these papers onto the table for you guys, or I can try and read them out for you.
Sorry. Let's have a look. Take a couple.
So it seems these notes he's made on the dragons in particular.
Oh, I got one down.
On the dragons in particular. He's definitely been experimenting with their scales and something else. He's
What are you doing, Pippin?
attacking the bottom of the stairs again.
Oh dear. Just because it's International Cat Day does not mean you get to ruin everything. There you go, you've had your mention.
Well, it seems it just wasn't working with the dragon scales in creatures or humanoids. It seems he was doing other stuff with it. With them, at least.
I mean, this just basically tells me what I already knew. Wendy's a crazy bitch.
That's one way to put it. He was grounding the scales up. Literally grounding the scales up and injecting them into humanoids.
Oh, I found the Wendy weakness.
Using scales for creating items. Oh, that's interesting. Mr. Flake,
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling you might want to have a read of this as well for your, and he looks down at your little glass purse of mushrooms. And
Miracle grow. Excellent.
just skip ahead to the ground scales. That's
Right.
kind of the main
Just like
focus of.
this is like the steroids
So-
of fertilizer.
What I gather for this is when Darwin has a bit of a crush on our dear Sonova. And yeah, it just proves that she's completely and utterly batshit crazy.
Yeah, that's what I can read from that sense as well. Seems all the dragons, especially the green ones, seem to be very intrigued in all this. Starting to make me wonder what's in that chest over there.
Anyone want to go have a look?
Yeah, man. So the green dragon has the ability to charm people, yet if you turns upon the green dragon, it can incapacitate them for a while.
Okay, that's helpful.
Interesting. And Sonova created the person that made these notes.
You did?
Sonova, the one who brought me into existence.
For a dragon,
I mean, that
for
would
anyone to do that is a power for.
that would
sounds like a
explain
power
why
of the
she
gods.
wants him dealt with.
Hmm.
Wendy
That
had a
sounds
thing of
dangerous.
disappearing.
That sounds like some fun for me. Anybody got any dragon scales? That are fun?
No, but
oh no.
oh no.
Oh no.
It seems whatever he was sent was to find a trick. The others will be surprised when he shows them. And then soon his next task, Tiamat, his true goal. The union they will make with a rule over this world.
Oh great.
Well, I definitely know now one dragonborn who's going to be a bit more persuaded against for this.
Hey, you guys fucked up.
Excuse me.
Well, you could have killed these guys before. You just banished them. And now they come
I wasn't a part of this.
Oh,
My
yeah.
father was.
Eh,
It's always Dad's fault, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's Dad's fault.
Isn't it always Dad's fault? Always Dad's fault.
I tell you what. Next time we see Nalorez and Rain, we could take it up with them. They were part of the Knight's End who banished Sonova in the first place.
That's me.
Knight's End. There is.
Did they
My
require
f-
shrubbery?
Everyone needs to try.
Have you not seen outside of the tavern?
Old man outside cutting that tree down there.
Okay, let's have a look at this chest then.
You go over to the chest, and as you kind of would find, the chest is locked.
Investigate for the traps. 10.
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary with the chest.
Hey, let's open it. Possibly go wrong after that roll.
You go to open it, and it is locked. So
Plus 6, because I've got expertise in tools, plus dex. Is it dex for this?
that would be Dex. Yeah.
So that makes 28. So
28.
if it's going to blow up, it's going to blow up now.
Opens up. And you hear, as you open it, you hear a click.
Just get on my saving throws page.
You open it, and you hear an immediate click. And as you open it, you can see 5. It's a fairly wide, actually quite wide chest. And you can see about 5 cylindrical tubes, but you can't see a bottom to the chest through the gaps.
What's that?
This chest has no bottom.
Okay. Belle kind of goes over.
Just going to have a look at the tubes, like, let me guess, 5 different colours or somehow.
You don't know. Looking at the top of them, there's no coloration to them
I
at the
can
minute.
kind of look to the side and see,
You can see,
use angles.
as you're kind of doing that, you can see the slight coloration.
Blacklight.
You're starting to see the slight coloration along the chromatic scale colors
Yeah.
of dragons.
Yeah, I think.
Is in there.
Would you like some light in this situation?
No, it's fine. I can see well enough. It's just there's no bottom on the chest.
That's what I mean. Send it into the chest, see if it lights anything up.
And the gaps between the tubes aren't great. It's a wide enough tube, but the gaps are like about that kind of size. You can
Dancing
just about
lights.
dancing lights. Create about like read out the spell.
I've got a sword that's a fucking artifact. Let's do that.
And I've got explosives, so what do you want?
I'm just going to put the sword in there. It's not likely to get damage.
Are we pooping?
Okay.
That was a lot of noise.
Wow.
For some
Okay.
reason. I don't know what's the matter with
Let's
him.
say sword of Kaz out.
Create 4
Cut my left palm.
torches
Yep.
lights within range.
Laid down. Hey, buddy, do you mind having a quick look in here for me?
Okay. The bottom of this goes on for a while. These tubes full of something.
So the tubes go all the way to the bottom that we can't see, or are they just floating there?
I can't necessarily see the bottom from this. And you put the sword, you put the guy. He can't. You basically saying that he doesn't know how long. This chest, height-wise, is probably up to just before your knee. You've put the sword of casting most of the way down, and it's gone further down than the bottom. So, with that perspective, you might see it might have a similar enchantment, like I don't know, like a portable hole or a bag of holding.
It's a TARDIS box.
Okay, thank you very much, Kaz. Put this all away.
Quickly before we actually do anything, Lee Spell, I need you to roll me a D100 twice, please.
Oh shit!
That's what you get for resting.
One. The fuck are you? I'm not gonna say the cursive
Little
words.
swap notes.
Yes.
72.
How many
Two
you
there.
got?
Got two.
Two?
Right,
What,
okay.
two pages?
Nothing happens.
Because it has notes for
61.
a budding alchemist.
Alright.
So, the morning of you guys. So, quick little flashback out to literally the morning of you guys going down. For the first minute, Belle is awake. She doesn't talk to anyone. She shouts everything. She shouted everything for 1 full minute.
Good morning!
Back to where we are.
Alright, cool.
Are you awake yet?
No. You dick.
I'm sorry, I don't know
Yep.
what's going on.
Anyway, that's dancing lights. It
Alright.
doesn't really specifically say, it just says torch size.
Fair enough. I mean, I'd go with like holding torch kind of thing, but yeah. Okay.
So what are we gonna do? Can we open these things?
Can I make another investigation check to see if there's anything rigged around these cylinders?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's 13.
Begin to kind of look around, trying to see if there's anything like rigged up, and you can kind of see the. As you're kind of holding one, you kind of see it feel it kind of move down a little
Oh,
bit.
I ain't touching them.
Oh, you're not touching them.
No, I'm just trying to see if there's anything.
It doesn't seem to be anything. From what you can see down into this chest, the vast darkness seems to almost be endless, or just where the bottom is. It's so dark you can't quite see where the bottom is. There's nothing. These tubes are either on the bottom, or they're being suspended in air within the chest itself. As you're kind of taking a close look, and as you're kind of going in, you start to hear a series of clicks again.
I'm pulling the white tube out.
You're pulling the white tube out?
Yep.
As you go to move it, one final loud click goes. Make a dexterity save.
Come on, bitch. 26.
26. You manage to move your hand out. As you're going to pull the white one out, you see a split second as the top of the chest lid is about to slam shut. You manage to move your hand out of the way. Slam shut. Locks again.
Oh. Did I get the cylinder?
Cylinder? Nope. The cylinder was like long. You're about to pull it out and just managed to move. As you're about to pull it out, it shuts. For reference, that was about 5 minutes. You were kind of.
Right, yeah. You have a good cautious look around it.
Okay, can we
Okay,
take
is
the
there a
chest
key for
please?
this anywhere? Can we see if we can find a key for this? Because it's going to get really boring trying to pick it up then.
Yes.
You guys go into bed. I'm going to pick it up again.
I'm going to search the.
Anyone who
Did we search the beholder? Before we-
No one has searched the beholder.
Okay,
no.
I'll do that. Just in case he's got.
Malorn's going to do an investigation check around the desk.
I'm going to do well in the bookcase.
15.
That wasn't 18.
You can assist.
Yeah.
Give her advantage.
My...
You can either do a roll yourself or give Lisa Bell an advantage.
It's it's a dirty
It's up to
20
you.
for my investigation of the.
You can search one
Beholder.
shelf, I search the other.
Yeah.
18 to try and pick them up again.
Cool.
Mine is a dirty 20 on investigation.
Yeah. 19.
19. Good rolls all round then.
Investigation.
Right, so we will start with the beholder.
Oh no. At least he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. So you're searching around. There's no, and it's a beholder. It doesn't have
Yeah.
arms. It just has a shit ton of eye stalks that can look around and do stuff.
You're
kind of
also
thing.
kind of guarding the place, so you don't know what he has on him.
There's nothing.
Have a pouch.
There's no kind of pouch or anything kind of hidden, unless you literally want to start like taking the eye stalks for whatever purposes. You don't find too much on the beholder except for the beholder himself.
Okay.
Moving over.
I want to take one of the. I want to take his eye just because.
Roll the big eye. Are you taking the main? Trying to take his main eye out, or
Yeah.
oh, you're going
I want his big eye.
Messy.
Okay.
You stabbed that eye through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did actually. You did stab
Oh,
the eye
yeah.
through,
That's
right?
literally what you did.
Yeah.
Go after you.
I kebabbed him. It. Them.
Then.
You could go for one of the eye stalks and.
Just seeing what's accurate on the screen. For goodness sake. You won't read
Wow.
that out.
No, we won't. You can go for one of the eye stalks because they're still all intact.
Fine.
Right.
Is it going
Right.
to your
Roll
own
a. We'll have you roll a. Yeah, we'll do medicine check,
Okay.
and then I'm going to have you roll a D10 afterwards.
Okay. Sorry. So that's a 21.
21. Yep.
And I will roll a d10.
A D10.
There we go. That is a 6.
A 6. Okay. With a high enough medicine check as well, you kind of pull out and you have kind of look at it and examine it a little bit. And you've managed to pull out the eye stalk that would cause the telekinesis ray.
So I've got a telekinesis tentacle. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah,
Walking around.
basically, yeah.
I control your mind. I control your mind. I can.
Yeah, so the basis of it is a target must succeed on a 16 strength saving throw, or you can, if it fails, you can basically move it 30 feet in any direction you wish.
Has anyone got a spare scabbard I can put this in?
No.
It's got like 5 minutes on force.
Actually, can I open the bag of holding and have a look?
Just throw it. No, just throw it in. Thank you.
No!
There we go. Thank you very much.
You now have a eye stock, beholder eye stock in the bag of holding.
There's something very, very wrong with you. What do you mean?
Okay, give me a second. I need to
Not
add
sure.
this.
Going over to the bookshelf
How-
before this goes any crazier.
Be more.
Something needs to count my teeth.
So again, so majority of the books you kind of find on there are like the same kind of ones I kind of talked about last week, which are ones about dragon anatomy, the different dragon colors, from the chromatic scale, the metallic scale, and the gem scale, as well as a few others like the moondrake that you guys met in Ungolin, as well as some other like very far underground dragons and some that just scream nightmare fuel as well. Find others about the standard biology and of majority of animals out there. This include from everything from the basics rats to bears, owl bears, and things like that as well. Obviously, having to study all this as much as you can, you do find some unusual books in that collection. Bring this up on my notes because I need to remember exactly what I named this particular book.
Grimoire of Eternal Darkness.
You find
Ooh, bloody hell.
Oh,
you say
bit of
that. You find a book called The Summoning and Laws of the Undead by Archlich Dalus Fabent.
Oh, classy. Wow.
You also find a book You also find a book titled The Beginning, the Founding, the Arcane War, What This World Is and Will Be.
Yoink!
Okay.
Okay, sorry, that's the least snappy title I've ever seen in my life.
I don't care. I want it.
No
Shut up.
official
Okay, cool.
no official author on it, titled on it, but the title of the book, the main title of the book, that's everything like the subtitle. You blow out the dust and talk about Layrite, a world to be, or Layrite, the world to be.
I just want it.
And on the shelf there's another one that just says Tom Clancy, Nuclear Dragon Apocalypse.
Next to that, a book called the Bible. Who'd actually believe this?
Oh, controversial.
Ooh.
Come at me. Fucking try it.
And this one is this round Earth conspiracy.
Is it flat?
Is the world
Is it round?
Is it actually a donut?
Knew it!
Next to that, Bernie Cornwall, the only orphan never killed Sean Bean off in a series.
Next to that, Sweaty Monster. Is he really real?
Yes.
But anywho.
And next to
Slender
that,
Man conspiracies.
next to that, Twilight. Ripped to pieces.
But yes.
What the hell? I have to read something.
Yeah.
Just hated
11
it.
eyes to occupy.
Exactly. You just hated it.
So that's what you guys find on the bookshelf.
Okay.
Going over to Malorn, who was searching over the table. Click is just kind of like literally no idea what to do. He feels more useless than a sack of potatoes at the minute.
Aww.
That is very useful.
In the current situation.
Oh, okay.
That's you.
Potatoes.
You kind of see him kind of going on, and he finds like some drawers onto the table, and he pull out like, Spring, I could do with some lock picking over here, I think.
Investigate first.
Well, I mean, you saw Malorn literally trying to pull them, and nothing.
It's not.
It's more, I mean, it might be that doesn't do anything, but going that little bit further does, but it's only a 12 anyway, so fun.
They don't appear to be trapped.
Yeah. Let's pick it. Ooh, fuck me. 30.
30.
Do
it. Do it, no problem. Opens. Nothing happens because Malorn is a sorcerer and can cast things to find traps and shit.
Yeah. Well, you could have said.
I wanted you to have your moment. You pull out, and there are a few more, like, scrolled up notes in there, and a little, like, one section of it is, like, a little blocked off as well. As you lift a little bit, there's a little key in there.
Hey, very little buddy. Come with me.
A little key. It's like Christmas cracker novelty one.
Yeah.
Fits into a bigger key. It's like Russian doll keys.
You have to find the big key to put it into the big key, and then end up with like.
Eventually you make a keyblade.
Oh.
Don't.
You don't want to get sued by Disney. Go on.
I mean, a blade key.
It's very nuts.
Let's be honest, in about 5 years, we're just going to be absorbed into Disney anyways.
Everyone is. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
Everyone's going to be
Disney.
owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah.
what do you want to name your child? Disney. Sorry, it has to be Disney 1136.
Alright.
Yes. And you do find a key.
Try the key on the chest again.
Yep. Key works, chest opens, no click this time.
Ooh. Taking out the black cylinder.
Black one, yep.
Yep.
As you,
Shooting randomly each time.
alright, so as you pull it out, you kind of pull it out, and it's, you go to the, like, literally the height your arm can go standing up, and it's still kind of seeping down a fair bit into this chest.
Just like,
Within this cylinder, it's about, and the cylinder is probably about a foot round kind of thing.
How big is this fucking chest?
Wide. pull out, and you can see several stacks of black dragon scales, and every so often a black rounded powder within every so often.
Okay. They've been collecting these for a while.
I think so, yeah.
Well, going by these notes, Snova was banished 1,423 years ago.
There's a lot of gambling.
So, and if you've been doing this experiments before then, that's probably close to what, 1,500 years of experimentation, taking dragon scales.
So, and they're doing this to.
This is some old notes there. See, as it says on here, today marks 10 years since Nova.
Yeah, it's only to 500, but that's real old.
This is about when's on.
I think the last paragraph of each of those notes are more recent, in the last
Yeah,
couple of weeks or so, at least.
I mean, definitely on this one,
So-
since Nova has returned.
They use the red dragon scales to make those little bunny dragons.
How many...
Creatures could they make?
What about the Wendalen's colour? White
White
one.
silver.
Yeah.
Exact
Put
same.
black silver back.
Yep, push down, pull up, exact same.
Check it.
White scales, yep.
Yeah, but is
Each-
it the same height?
Yeah, there's no end
No, I mean as
to
in
this.
like level of how many scales are actually in there. Because based on these,
All cylinders are full.
based on this, it's basically she
Got a
hasn't been
bottle
keeping
like
up. Nice.
You know why? Because somebody
Wow.
typed OnlyFans.
Oh, fuck me.
Cool.
You found
Only
a
repeating? Oh no. Fucking bloody Russian bots, but there you go.
Mhm. But anyways, yeah, these tubes just seem to go on forever. There's no end to each one of these.
Well, I'm taking samples before we go.
Well, I mean, the chest, the width of the chest, so where the chest is against the wall up to you guys, is probably about a foot and a half, 2 feet at most. The width of the chest is about 6 feet wide.
Right.
So not
And-
easily carried though.
Yeah.
No.
But you guys have a portable hole you could literally push this chest into quite easily.
Or the fact that it's an extra dimensional space. You know about that.
Yeah, I would.
Tear in reality, bad thing.
Yeah, let's not do it. Not worth it.
I think what we should probably have to do is hand this over to the guys from Bardoon. And they can lock it up somewhere very, very, very deep away from where these people are using it.
Exacto. But we need to transport it still.
I don't care if the DM says it's a possible thing. I'm never ever going to put two-dimensional spaces inside each other. Ever.
No one kind of walks up now, like,
This
chest
is how
open.
Shit is
How do you
raised
make
to-
shit worse?
Oh,
Yeah.
This is how you end up with 3 Spider-Mans in one film.
I-
Not good.
so, this,
This is literally their armory. With
So he's so Malone kind of pulls up and pulls out one of them. He pulls out the red tube out. I wonder if and he kind of seems to concentrate and pour some magic into the tube itself. As you kind of see, almost in a rapid sense, the tube seems to, whoosh, and it's now about a 12-inch tube now.
What?
Condensed.
Well, that makes things a bit easier to carry.
No, no. Potentially more volatile.
How well would
Not
that
not
Drop it.
Not necessarily. The magical extra dimensional spaces, yes, inside one side and the other doesn't compute, but this isn't extra dimensional space. This is literally reducing the size of something for a permanent aspect and then resizing it when needed.
That's how my sonic it works.
So
Still
we
works.
could literally take all 5 of these tubes out, shrink them like this, put them in a bag of the holding, and
Well, let's do it then.
this kind of thing for safekeepings.
Should we be safekeeping or just fucking destroying them?
Safekeeping,
Safekeeping, I want to, because I can make some useful things out of this shit.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And I kind of want to see what this whole powder can do, because it's well, Flakes read the notes. It's interesting to say the least.
I want some.
Fine.
They're all-
Scared powder.
And they can be used to give you...
They can basically be used to give you
Dragon breath.
draconic powers.
Oh.
No smoke in the powder.
That's already been done.
And I was just
Of course
about like...
it has.
I've already got some in a little spoon. Maybe one now. I got all 5 at once. See what happens.
Do you actually?
Absolutely not. I think my head would literally explode.
But I just kind of listen along and like, why am I not in the least bit surprised by that?
It's on the notes.
Well, this is literally, it's in the notes.
It was the interns.
It literally was in the notes.
I really went
When the beholder went away for holiday and they was like, spring break! And then it just got into the powder stash and then it all went wrong.
Basically, not exactly going away for but basically he found that one of the test subjects, as he calls them, was genuinely snorting them thinking it was something else. Alright, so Malone does the same. He takes the other 4 out and reduces them down into about literally a 1 foot sized cylinders. Alright, well. What now?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just get the hell out of Dodge.
I mean, we're not going to catch up with the 2 that ran away. Let's be real here.
And we don't want to be here if they decide to come back.
Did anybody take that Eon Stone of Mastery away? Still got it on my list.
Yeah,
I
no.
think we gave it to Grace.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll cross that off.
Being you're tuned.
Yeah, I've got
And the belt spawned on strength.
That went to click, yeah.
Cool. It's been so with my accountancy done.
Notes.
You always gotta have a note taker.
Okay, yeah. This place gives me the fucking creeps.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here. Can we go? Is everything here
Let's
done?
go, let's go.
First, everyone on the other side of this whatever river thing. I don't feel comfortable leaving those 2 experiments still here.
Well, let's take them
You
with
think
us.
they're
if they
alive?
want.
They're alive.
Oh.
So, everyone on that side of the river, they ain't gonna be alive much longer.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
It does. Let me make sure. So, and he gets on the other side of the river as well. Stands about 10 feet away from the river itself. Summons up power, and you see him do a massive lightning bolt right across both of them as glass shatters, water goes everywhere, and you see 2 burnt husk carcasses. One small of the rabbit, one larger of the wolf. Just burnt out, gone.
Those rabbits were bastards.
Yeah, well.
Burnt.
I'm sure the wolf was
They
as
burnt
well.
the whole
but-
forest down.
Part of the forest.
Well,
It
most
wasn't
of
their
it.
fault.
They were
Ultimately.
just experiments.
They've been fucked with.
Fuckery was a bit.
Yeah.
Rampant fuckery.
Well, they are rabbits.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, you set yourself up.
We
like.
don't need more bots in the chat. Go on now.
Fucking hilarious.
Because they're called
Guys,
rather than
guys.
action here.
Our first bot.
Oh,
Oh, sophistication!
You know you're really going places.
No, just give a break.
Alright then, let's get the fuck out of this jury place. So I'll head back up about a couple hours later. A little while later, you guys end up kind of back on the surface. The garrison of troops that was brought in have kind of started making camp. Paquet is still there in his kind of elven-like form, kind of helping out, kind of sorting things out. It's like, oh, good, you've all returned.
Ah, the lights.
Getting everyone settled in a bit, and 2 of the Goliath patrols had returned a bit early.
Mm-hmm.
Were they dispatched? Or locked up?
They were tasty.
Dispatched them. Dispatched dinner.
Very few things are sweeter than revenge as a creature like me.
I'm sure they were.
How was your little excavation down below?
Disturbing.
Extremely.
I was asleep in the river for most of it.
That's the point. Me and Grace still like soaking wet with blood.
Yeah, the water babies.
Yeah,
over
did
there.
you guys take?
Yeah, you guys. Hair is still. Your hair is still at least wet. Clothes have dried off a little bit, but I mean, it was still kind of cold down
Okay,
there.
this is canon now. So every time Belle's hair gets wet, it goes curly. Like not nice curly, like rat's head.
Frizz.
Yeah.
You guys should be like,
Afro level or
Oh no, just like bedhead.
Sideshow Bob.
Cannon?
No. My hair, that's how I do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sorry, he's the one growing fucking green locks at the minute.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, it's still plaited around the top bit, but it's just like really frizzy now.
Alright, well, it's now coming out like mid-afternoon kind of point for you guys, and it's like, chance to relax, guys, take a short rest if you want.
Sleep.
Short rest.
Yeah,
Quick
yeah.
snooze.
Siesta. What time is it?
It's like mid-afternoon, so probably come out like 4 or 5-ish, give
So
or take.
definitely a siesta. Right, awesome.
So if anyone wants to use any hit dice to heal up, if anything for short rests, you guys get back, you get back.
Actually, I'm still at max. So that's fine. I don't think I'll get anything else on hit dice, so guess I'll watch them.
Watch what?
While everyone else is napping. I'll yeah.
Geeky rolls.
Like, literally. Well, there's literally a garrison of troops here with you guys, so it's like you don't have
Yeah,
to.
but I'm trying to be important, right? I'm taking responsibility for once. Sort of.
What are you? What have you done with Flake?
I don't know, there's something in that dragon powder.
Oh god, he's been at it already.
Okay, well, you have if you're not gonna do the full short rest, you have an hour to fuck around with the mixtures of powder you've just collected, and
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely something Flake would do would be to put all 5 of them together in a bowl just to see what would happen. Like,
Yeah.
just like, not like loads, just like,
just a tiny bit.
like, just in a pestle and water and just give it a little...
Okay,
Do I now need a new pestle and water? Is that what you're going to say?
well, first roll an alchemy check.
Okay. I know that's plus 13, that's good, that's my only good thing. So that is a 27.
27. Nicely high. Okay. So you're kind of doing this, and you're doing kind of the usual thing. You moved a little ways from everybody just to be on the safe side.
That doesn't sound like me at all. I'm doing it right behind Spring as he's sleeping. Hoping I'll go pop and he wakes up. No, I'm hiding.
Yep. So you're kind of doing this. You're mixing it all together, trying a little tiny bit, not overly a lot of each, and mixing together, and you slowly kind of start the edge, kind of work your way down until you're full on grinding them all together. One thing you immediately notice is dragon scales are near on as hard as diamonds and gems. So you're kind of doing this, and you're hearing more, and you feel the more kind of
Resistance.
that's kind of thing. You're feeling more resistance against it and not mixing. So you're more mixing the powder together more than crushing it together.
Okay.
But it's already crushed powder, so it's not
Impossible. Yeah.
not impossible.
So nothing too drastic's happening yet.
Yeah.
So far.
As you're kind of doing this, you're kind of starting to see weird effects start to spark out of this.
Inhale the fumes deeply.
Yeah.
You start to see every so often, every kind of like it now getting to the point that every kind of turn you have of this, something happens. First turn you do, a little spark of flame shoots out. The next one, a little bit of ice kind of starts to mold over the
You
bowl.
watch his his hair off.
Yeah.
Let it grow back.
The next one, you feel a slight shock on your hand as you get electrocuted. The next one, you can see a small gas starts to move. The 5th one, the bottom end of the vessel is starting to melt from the acid that's starting to spew. As it each time it says that the effects last for literally a moment and are gone, literally like a 6-second round situation, until literally after the acid and you kind of pulled away, they all just hit at once.
Yeah.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
I do believe that's plus 5, but I will double check.
Doesn't feel
Saving throw. Oh, it's plus 4.
can I get...
That's an at 20, motherfuckers.
Good going, duck
Cool.
dice.
Right.
Thanks, Zach.
Duck approved.
Cool.
Okay, duck.
So that's happened.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, dear.
That's one for me.
I need you to roll a d6, please.
Okay. That's a 6.
Roll 2.
Okay. That's another 6. I think
Reroll
this
that
one's
one.
loaded. That's a 1.
It's a 1?
Yep.
Yep, roll again.
2.
2.
6, 6, 2, 2.
So, it's a 1 and a 2. Cool. So the first thing that you immediately notice, and to anyone who's still awake and watching, 2 dragon-like wings sprout out of Flake's back. And they're not just one color, they are the multitude of 5 colors of the chromatic dragons.
Hell yes! This is amazing.
Roll a
This has not gone well.
D20.
Okay.
Just straight D20.
12.
12. As you're kind of doing this, some of the fumes from the powder kind of get in, and you feel yourself begin to sneeze. Roll a D6 for me. If it's a 6, re-roll it.
Okay. It's a 6.
6.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. As you sneeze, a shot column of flame bursts out.
Hell yeah.
Duck 20.
Duck 20. Duck 20. Hell yeah.
You, for the next hour, have the ability to fly at your movement speed, and you can roll a d6 and breathe one of the dragon's breath weapons based on the number.
So I could have used this earlier. But
Yeah.
never mind.
Number.
Sick. So I am basically just an attack drone.
For an hour.
Sick.
That was you working with this for about 10 or so minutes.
Yeah.
Just inhaling the fumes and all of the 5 colors mixed together.
Nice. If anyone needs to call in the tactical druid strike, let me know. I'm good.
You can say that within that hour. Yeah, within an hour, you guys start hearing the call of strangers approaching from the north side of the city. As soon as you hear that, you're like, woo! Fly off.
Yeah.
Fly off. You fly over, and it's a pack of 3 of the Goliaths heading back.
Vietnam, where the trees just light up.
Yep. You kind of and you just breathe constant breath weapons onto them until they're all just like, what the fuck was that? And they'll just die from a multitude of being caught on fire, frozen, lightning to death, poisoned, and dissolved by acid.
When I get back, I give the rest of it to Spring. Like, this is far too dangerous for me. Please take it off me. Because I will eat the entire thing. And that will be the end of the universe and everything in it.
What about an empty potion bottle or anything?
No,
that's
yeah,
what
you
was
probably
left
yeah
over.
you. I mean,
I
it's
had-
in the
I
bag
took
of holding,
samples
probably in
of
your
all
handy
that.
outside. You'll have some empty like healing potion glasses. So that's just
Just want to
the.
put it into your herb bag.
So that is just the vibe. So that is just the. So let me get this right. That's just the mix you made, isn't it? That's not like all of it. That's just the mix you made, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the mix that.
Cool. So you currently have about a health potions quite near full of chromatic dragon scale mix.
Don't use it all at once. Or at all.
You're kind of looking at. He's kind of woken you up in this, and you're now looking at Flake with 2 draconic wings. The whatever beard around him slightly singed from the fire he's been breathing and frozen over bits, and he's just like.
This was a good day. Science will prevail.
I'm just going to put it in the dark pressure wet sleep. I'm not dealing with this.
You probably thought it was a dream.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with this right now. If it's still there when I wake up, then it wasn't a dream and I'm going to be more disturbed.
Fantastic.
You wake up a bit later, and it's still there, and you're disturbed.
And I'm taking a nap.
Although it gave Flake awesome dragon powers.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
The other thing, you were near on high the entire time you were doing it as well. It's not just a
Do
thing
I remember it high or?
Yeah, you do. It's not like
Oh, no,
It's not like heroin or like horse tranquilizer level of high. It is along more the lines of like weed and things like that, where you do remember what happened. You have that euphoria experience, kind of thing, and you actually flew without turning into anything into a flying animal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you actually flew without throwing yourself off a building.
Yes, I did.
And whilst he was high on weed, he got very violent. Strange chap.
It was more like a community effort of violence.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
They asked for assistance.
Here, come make a little combi.
Yes.
It's like, did you see what happened? In your mind?
Things went boom.
Kill some Goliaths on the way back.
How many did you kill? Only 3, okay. I thought maybe you might have killed some more.
No,
No more returned.
just singed. Beyond recognition.
Oh dear. So we now discovered. So you get dragon wings. You breathe multitude of different.
Or you
breath
basically
weapons,
just get a
And
random
you
concoction
get-
of what happens.
and you go boom in your mind.
It's a bit of a whoopsie.
So is that addictive?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So if he's craving something in the next couple of days, we know to keep it away from him. I take his mortal
He
pestle
has
away.
no idea which one many belt pouches that's in.
Yeah, but if I'm
But he's
if
got
I
the
want
rest of
it-
it.
I'm gonna find it.
We should probably give that over to the big man.
I think we should.
I thought that was the original plan, even though he had access to it.
I took some. Oh no, I took some before. I did say
God
I took
damn
some.
it, we need to get better at this shit.
The bot's back.
Oh hey!
Oh hey, welcome back.
Oh, especially it's a good time, thanks.
Have a good time. Find some love. We did.
Have
It's
We found
D&D.
some love for
Love.
D&D.
It's D&D. We always have a good time.
And for each other.
Aw. Love you guys.
Oh God, it's still going.
Looks like we found you a girl. Oh, nice.
Who's admin?
I have one.
Hi. You're a bit late to the
You got
party.
admin on the
You
chat. You can
found us a
block
girl,
them.
does that mean someone's looked at it? Someone needs to look up missing persons.
Don't know how to block them.
Ooh.
How do I block them?
Top, buttons at the top, maybe.
It does nothing.
Participants.
There you go. I've got the 2 of them.
Time to fucking get rid of you.
Okay then.
We'll figure it out on break.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Don't start to get dicey.
Anywho. So I just kind of carry on. Have a nice short rest. So anything else anyone would like to do in this time?
I think I'm good. I think I should not do anything else. Don't touch a single thing.
I'm good, tough.
Just gonna read the notes.
Cool. You kind of see Clicks kind of just sitting there, pulled out the pad and pencils again, and started drawing some more of the kind of stuff. He kind of goes through and does a few like mainly sketches. One of the beholder you guys met. Kind of he just sees one of you particularly fighting Rakith with the imprisoned wolf in the background, kind of thing. Kind of this epic duel of sword against sword kind of thing.
Gonna scooch over to him, take out my journal that I'm still keeping. It's got gaps in the pages. Hey, look. Do you want to illustrate this? Put the pictures into the red pages.
And he starts starts speedily drawing. It's like he's been given something to do. He just he's the essence of like what a crow kind of magpie is, kind of thing. And instead of like a shiny little thing on like the sword and everything, you give him like a little something to draw, and he'll just feverishly draw away and enjoy himself.
I'm gonna need that journal back now.
Okay.
Happy Click.
There you go.
Just see this little crow folk, raven folk person just with a little journal drawing.
Little colouring pencils and everything.
Little crayons out. He's like,
Yeah. This is canon now.
Okay, what's the next move? Back to Badoon, or we staying here for a bit? I think we're done here. I mean, you guys probably don't occupy this place.
Yeah, we're definitely done here.
You don't want to see your hag friend on the way back?
No.
Okay.
Next,
Not much to do.
None doing. No.
next thing is a dragon.
You're going after Wendy?
It's the next plausible move.
I suppose you better, really. The crazy bitch needs to be taken down.
So we know where she's actually gone to. Do
Yeah.
we follow her
Let's have
trail?
this.
Wendy!
You've got to say that. What?
Sounds like almost Welsh.
There's got to be some phlegm there.
Channel your inner golem.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we can find it out.
Must kill. Murdered!
See, she crazy bitch.
Well, she crazy.
Yeah, that much is obvious.
She crazy about Sandoval and hunting.
Well,
She's
the
alive.
suggestion of taking her on in her lair would be the dumbest thing in the world.
Yep.
That's oh, no, sorry. Yes.
That's all resume.
I mean,
It's what they would never expect.
we could. It's gonna be her lair. She's gonna know it best. She's gonna have traps set up, and
Hey, you got illuminate not being serious.
my understanding of dragons is their lairs can have
Yeah, we know.
Abhurst effects. So either we try to lure her out with something.
Yes.
Well,
this is
she's
the
going
prey
to come
that she wants.
looking when she realizes that no one's sending her gold.
That's not one of our main obsessions. The main obsession is the hunt. If we
I
can
know,
find
but
something and put it in
still,
that area that she'd be
it-
interested in, we can use it as bait and then get the bitch.
Some red dragon scales. Make her look like somebody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm wearing
Does
red
anybody
rags, so
know anything like a minor or major illusion?
No.
I think so.
Teleportation,
Oh.
yes. Illusions, no.
Hey, Ellen.
Your time to shine. Don't fuck it up. Yeah, we're gonna make a dragon. Let's go.
Choose your D20 carefully.
Let's go, guys.
Right, well, I tell you what. This place is no place to plan. It's a ruined city, it's drag depressive, and these people are just waiting for the Goliaths to come back to kill them so that we can restore this city to whatever former glory it is. Why don't we get back to Bardoon, get a war meeting going,
Have a fucking
take a rest in an actual bed.
I think we all do at this point, Zach.
Yeah, get into a proper bed. I know I can do it with a glass of wine or 5 bottles at least,
Only 5.
as a starter.
Okay. Just checking.
So, why don't we do that? Get back to Bardoon, bed. There's a book I think you picked up that I'd like to read. Let's do that, yeah? Yeah?
I'd like to read it first.
And then 1 second.
So you're afraid I'm sorry.
Okay then. Back to Bardoon though. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good, right.
Clutches the book to her chest. Nobody touches these. Not until I've read it.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright then. Now I was reading his comment. Alright then. He kind of
Delayed.
scruffs in, pulls out one of the little pouches, this little bit of blue chalk. No says it, and just within less than a second, a teleportation circle is scrawled
Show off.
openly. Alright. Off we go, back to Bardoon. You arrive back in the main teleportation room at Bardoon. It is much warmer, fires are lit within the castle, everything that flowing through. And it's just a general sense of that's it, yeah.
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 I am going for a bath.
I do not blame you.
How many baths do they have in this place?
That's...
Probably a whole big one. Shared one.
Well,
Auditorium.
We
This-
did that before, it didn't go well.
Let's see, this part of the
You don't want to
world,
bathe on
only
flights
this
anyway.
and
Not just
your
Tim and
family's
Susan.
personal castle are roughly the same size, so he's probably got a few washrooms at least.
Let's say, as much as I love having baths, I do not want to be a bath with anybody else while I'm reading.
I just want some me time.
Too much fur.
No,
Senior
that
hand-
jacket has too much fur on it.
Yeah.
I give you a lint roller for it.
I know, it's going to take a long while to go
Yes,
off.
it is. That's why I'm leaving it here.
That's
I
it.
mean, have you seen your hair?
That's why I need to have some alone time to fix this.
You and your hair need some time to talk.
I know. It's not a wash day.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.
You both are directed to private washroom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to bed.
That, but yeah,
It's
you,
like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
no, it's like five.
Yeah, you're coming down
At night.
high. You need a bit of you need some chill time.
Yeah,
He's-
just go and
he's
to
just
bed
down
with a
yourself
big
again.
bag of quavers.
Well, this is the funny thing. While the effects of the dragon wings and the dragon breath have worn off by now, the highness is still there. You still feel like you're high. That hasn't ended.
Alright, someone get him the quavers.
It is like
no,
when
it's
you.
going to require dominoes.
It is like when you do drink. It doesn't end after an hour. It goes on until the effects of it wear off.
Permanent damage. Just high
For
now.
you, well, for you, that's no damage at all. Because I mean, you're used to
Permanent
this
damage.
sense
I'm
anyways.
always high.
Just a small disclaimer, guys. I'm not affiliated with quavers or dominoes.
Yeah,
They're just a go-to choice for food.
Yeah.
especially in that state.
Yes.
Anyways,
And half of Waitrose.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I've seen your bedroom floor.
It's nap time.
Flake goes off to bed. You go off for a nice private wash and bath. What is Elwyn doing?
I'm gonna find somewhere to sit and just read. Any book. Just might go to the library.
Cool. There's
It's a good library.
a pretty decent library. Several friggin' books. You can literally pick any category you want to and pull down and start reading. You do find the odd sense of it though. As you're walking through, you walk down. So to get to where the library are isn't actually far from where the teleportation is. You come down main stairs out to the main kind of entrance hall and foyer. You head down one of the passageways, and the library is on your right. You kind of look in on through the other door, directly across from the library, and there is an open, almost pure burning flame in the middle there, and several different forges set up around this almost octagonal room, right across from it. So, much as you the little you've learned so far of this city is it's a city based on craft and creating and building, and one of the main crafts they do is weaponsmith and armor making. So there's a lot that can be done there, and yeah, there's just like an interesting it's weird to have a flame like that so close to that, but okay.
Spoiler alert, the door is secretly flame retardant. It's warded. The entire room is warded. If not, it will be by the time the bell's finished.
Jack Click kind of follows you into the library and kind of finds this quiet space to kind of continue the drawing he's been doing as well.
Whilst I'm in the bath, the sort of Kaz is on the side of the bath sheath, and we're just having a little conversation about what the fuck this whole Vecna thing is. Learning the story.
You learn the basics. Yeah, you
Just
learn
make sure it doesn't get rust damage and all that.
artifact weapon, immune to rust. Yeah.
Just let me have the joke.
You learn the basics of the story, and I'll give a quick brief description for those watching out there who don't know the whole thing. Vecna was a very great archlich who was basically ascended to godhood, and in one of his greater defeats lost his left hand and one of his eyes as well. And then there was there themselves are even artifacts as well out in the world. Cass was his right hand basically, and Cass basically betrayed him, and his punishment was to have his soul ever banished into a sword. And Cass is now only ever, and he just talks about his one desire of Vecna's death, and the death of anyone who follows him, or the Whispered One, and this, that, and the other. He even talks about another life, another wielder he had, one of great feet, great strength, who was said to take on Vecna directly, but didn't quite kill him, and was forced to give him up, and was sent away to somewhere else, and found his way out of this imprisonment under some platinum group or other, and then sent away to another world.
Oh. You've been in a lot of travelling.
So...
He said,
Does Vecna have followers on this world still?
if there are, in your guys' adventure so far, you've not come across any of the followers of the Whispered One. They might be just a deep underground cult, or they just might be less announcing of themselves as the Chaos, Society of Chaos and the Order of Chaos are.
Could be good to keep this sword happy.
That's yours now, so...
Yeah, that was my problem, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, bitch.
Well, if you need any help with some chaotic...
You've got to look after you, you've got to
things.
tend
I'll
to
just
it.
speak to Dragon Skull and just forget about it.
That's all we need.
Yep.
Maybe get him to snort some dragon scales. Does he have a nose? Good idea.
Oh dear.
Anywho.
And that's where the way the world ended.
And that's how we all died.
Is this carried on
Maybe
too much?
split you two up.
Yeah, that's what I'm sorry.
I mean, we'll just talk across the table.
Yeah, we could just message each other on Facebook instead.
I don't
Set up
doubt
a
that.
private chat, yeah.
How to fuck with a D&D session tonight?
Problem is, it just comes naturally, doesn't it?
No forethought in this.
No.
What form was that?
Forethought.
Forethought.
Third forethought.
Look, guys, there's a wall there, there's a wall there, there's a wall behind me, there's no wall there, and you don't acknowledge that.
Ah.
Only I'm allowed to acknowledge that because I'm like Deadpool and I can break the fourth wall.
I
Hi!
thought it was a bit breezy.
You get that fixed.
We'll do it one day.
Yeah.
Not today, though.
Winter, when it's we
I
need
think
them.
that big button that says end stream fixes the fourth wall.
Ah.
We don't press that button.
No.
Yeah, we do.
Anywho.
Derailment, as per.
You, Lisabel, find a nice washroom. You settled in, and I assume you are opening the Layrite book.
After I've conditioned the hair. It's got to do the condition.
Priorities.
Yeah. It's got to sit there for a couple of hours, then I can read.
Couple of hours?
You said how long my hair is.
You're going to be a prune when you get out of there.
I'm an elf. Do what I want.
Magic.
I don't have to worry about wet fur.
Oh, I've got enough fur on, that's fine. Sort it out. Lavender or sandalwood?
Sandalwood.
Yeah, always.
Screw you, Zach.
There's a story there.
I'm curious now.
No, there isn't. He's just being a dick.
Mm,
No, he is.
okay.
But then I've known him for near on my entire life here in England, so yeah.
I mean, Zach sounds like he's talking from experience, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to ban him from the chat now, aren't you?
He doesn't know how.
Oh, that's so true.
Anyways. the
Yes,
book.
I'm reading. I'm doing the read.
This book is a weird mess of chronicling.
Nice.
The reason why there's no title, you're kind of starting to realize in the speech, in the way it's written, is very similar to how the Beholder was talking as well as his notes about the dragons. So you realize that he would...
a diary then?
Not necessarily a diary in a sense, but it's a collection of stuff he has found out over a small course of time that he's been in this world comparative to how long this world's been around, kind of thing.
Oh, I it's a diary. I can read all his deep dark secrets and who he's got a crush on.
Well,
Back
if-
50 pages of fanfic.
If you read the notes on the Green Dragon, you'd understand that one a bit more, but...
She is lusty.
You kind of discover that this world created by was considered a long forgotten, or on the worst case scenario, a dead deity. A combination of this deity and the powers of the elements and controlling them, the other gods had basically anointed him with a title and an elemental god. It comes to the point where he found the point within the vast void of space itself where all the flow and ley lines of all the elemental planes, the Shadowfell, the Feywild, and all the other planes themselves from the upper and lower planes had all crossed and converged on one point. That is where the world he created lies. He wasn't alone in this creation of this world, though. He had brought several of the gods who had helped him through. Other gods named include Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, Shanti, the Mother of the Wilds. It is said that gods from the Golden City of Asgard walked down to help out as well, including the Raven Queen, Matron of Ravens, was said to help. Several what is considered good deities who created up what's known as the lawful pantheon came in and helped create this world. Different aspects of the world were created from each, but the essential essence is that this world was created from different parts of the elemental planes, fused over the ley lines of where the Feywild and the Shadow Realm lie.
Not the Shadow Realm.
I'm sorry, Shadowfell.
Shadow
Going into lie. So the point is that magic itself is immensely strong upon this planet compared to other worlds. It talks further about how there was an era of considerable peace upon this world in the time being, how Dragonborn were the first humanoid figures to come out after the descending of the dragons and other beasts from the elemental planes as well. It goes on to further to talk about what's later referenced as the gods of domination were brought about. Some of the gods mentioned are Tiamat, the Shadow, the Traveler. There's a dark deity considered one of the creation of the monstrous kind, including a few demon lords said to have come forward. You guys alright there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you carry on.
Yeah.
They just play.
Some other titles, including one something of the Whispers, was mentioned as well.
I think
It carries on. This carries on and talks about what was known as the War of the Arcane, where these dark deities came in and they wanted to just control this world. So they started changing the Dragonborn themselves. A majority of races now descend down from either the Dragonborn or, much like Elwyn is, from the Genasi, who are also native to this world. Eventually it goes further on to talk about how the possibility of the death or the imprisonment or the forgetting of this god happened. And then how the divine barrier that allows any form of deities to originally set foot onto the world was created so they couldn't. And they can only reach their followers through the means of either arcane magic or the powers of holy presence, where clerics and paladins were first created. As you're reading this, and as more of this knowledge is being absorbed in, your bag, sat over there, starts to glow.
Ooh, a belly bag.
Out of the bag of holding two items rise. You see the blade of dimensions, the dimensional blade that allows to cut the fabric of the world.
Many
after
moons
your
ago.
fight with Uggs.
Oh, right.
I just never
And,
knew what he did.
and the Eye of Odin begins to float as well.
He's gonna turn me into a fucking sheep again.
No, doesn't activate this time.
That's good.
But they're almost now calling to you.
Belle kind of is like, the fuck? Like, maybe steps out of the bath and actually goes retrieve the items. That's brilliant. Anyway, yeah, Belle steps out of the bath and just goes over to retrieve the items.
As you retrieve it, there's a slight hum and a vibration coming off of them as
Alright.
This is the slight humming coming off of them as you kind of start to feel the power coursing through these immensely magical items. The eye itself begins to start trying to take your vision into somewhere, and do you allow it, or are you going to fight it?
I mean, we've come this far, I might as well just allow it.
Cool. As you take your vision, you can see literally a vast emptiness. No stars, no planets, no nothing. But far in the distance, you see a small orb that's slowly getting closer and bigger to you. So eventually is the size of titanic proportions. Within this actual clear bubble, you recognize the figure of Elridge himself. There.
What's up, my dude? We haven't spoken in a while.
He can't see you, but you can feel the blade in your other hand starting to hum with more power as well.
Reality.
As you kind of do that, not being able to see directly in front of your physical self, as you do that, your vision comes back to where you are, and you now see a tear in reality itself in front of you.
What did you do?
And shining open to the exact same image you just saw.
Nothing.
Splish splash, you're thinking of that.
Oh boy.
Hey, none of you are here. This is just not me.
You found a way to open, if only through a window, and not.
Apparently so.
It is weird to gaze upon you with my own eyes.
Well, don't look too much.
You're in the top.
Kind of look, and you can almost now see him trying to scan the area around you and behind you and everything. You realize as you're kind of doing this, you kind of literally left the book open onto the ground in the title, and it's like, I don't recall anyone writing a book like that about my worlds.
Oh, we found this in a lair of a beholder. Yeah. Here's the thing.
That
I
is.
still live in the bookshelf.
He actually knew what the name of the world is.
Apparently so. He's been there quite some time.
Out of curiosity, what do you all call the world?
The world.
Why? That's not the world. That's not the name.
I don't
Given.
know. I was born, I got told we live in the world of Elridge, and that's as far as I know.
I know we gods can be vain. I've not known a god to name a world after themselves, though.
So you didn't name this world after yourself then?
I think I know what happened.
Okay.
My name would have been scrawled in caves and things like that. Over the years, interpretations as they are, and people misunderstanding, they thought that was the name of the world, not the god who created it.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Kind
Why,
of-
what should it have been?
He points towards the book. It's a layerite. This lies at the center point of all ley lines from all planes of existence.
So this word should be called Layrite.
Layerite.
Well then.
Better start crossing out the names from all the books.
Fuck's sake!
Oh man, the school's going to go past replacing the text.
Yeah.
Sorry kids, we've taught you wrong this entire time. You're now going to have to start calling
Layrite.
the world
Just make
Layrite.
stickers and just stop putting them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cheaper than Tibet for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
If you do stickers, you make something spelling it right, you know?
Oh, yeah. But
You have collected 2 of the items. 3 more are needed to break this prison.
Okay, any clue as to what they are?
Yes.
Oh, helpful. That's mine I got last time. Did anyone see that?
Nope.
You have the Blade of Plains.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Zach, sorry, I've just literally read what you said.
If I could turn back.
If I could turn.
We done?
No.
I've got more share songs. No, I haven't. Okay.
Go ahead.
I was waiting for I got more stuff, but continue.
I mean, I've got more. Please go ahead.
As he kind of saying, his hand kind of now pressed against the bubble of a prison he's left in within this expanse void. You have the Blade of Plains and the Eye of Odin.
Yep, I got
All
those.
that lies left is the Heart of Death, the
Okay.
Belt of the Elements, and the Key of the Gods.
So,
Where
doesn't
they are.
sound too bad. Useful, and what the fuck?
Wow.
I mean, I could probably sing it, but I'm not going to.
Where they are currently, I do not know, but these 2 items they will let you know when you are near them.
How? Will they glow? Will it do like a little beacon?
Something like that.
As you get close to
Okay, I should not drink this.
Something like that will happen, and once all 5 are collected, there's one particular place that will help open the gateway.
Okay. Will it show me that where? Okay, cool. So they just randomly put them on the ground and shout, "Open sesame."
Why would you think that would work?
I don't know. A lot of things work and I don't understand why. Hey, you sent me on this mission. I'm just trying my hardest here.
You agreed to the mission.
I know I did, but I'm still trying my hardest.
One more thing.
Oh no.
And kind of, again, his hands kind of press up against the bubble of the sphere he's in. And while he can't physically even pass through that or even pass through the window that you've created in reality, you do feel the sense of magic seeping from him into you. Now, I have already put this feat onto your character, which is the magical lasso thing. Any of your elemental spells will now prove a bit more stunning than once before. Albeit at the cost of your sorcerer abilities.
There's always a cost. It's the law of equivalent exchange.
Or
Conservation of energy.
It's the proof of equal value must be.
as you kind of feel the last bit of energy kind of seeping into you from him, you see
Try.
you see the top and bottom ends of this terror start begin to seal up again as the world starts to forcefully mend itself. This place may be in the ley lines of all the planes itself,
Okay.
but even a tear like this to a plane that doesn't cross this area cannot be around for long.
Okay. Bye for now. I'll try my best to get there soon.
As the last bits kind of fade, you suddenly realize you're standing wet and naked. Starting to get freezing cold a bit.
Yeah. Oh no, I just stood there naked in front of the god. Shit!
I guess you technically invented nakedness, so it's probably fine.
Fine. No wonder I got extra powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. They'll obviously put something on now because she's a bit cold and picks up the book. It's like, this was an interesting read.
And you only got about a quarter way through that book.
Yep.
There's a full several details about the expanse of what is known as the War of the Arcane. You have the
Keep all of this.
There's Mask Expanse about the beginning and the Age of the Dragons.
Okay.
There's a bit of the era before, which is known as the era before the First Age, as well as what is considered. And then
That's good use.
further later, it actually talks about what's known as the Sundering, which everyone alive at the minute experienced, as it literally only happened a couple of years ago.
I see.
Oh, we were somewhat involved.
Well, I mean, you guys kind of were involved in that because it was Uggs using the earth and stone to cause the main continent of the hemisphere to split apart drastically.
And she was just chilling on her cloud, just going, "What the fuck is going on down there?" I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah.
Eating popcorn, watching you.
Oh, look, it's moving! I wonder where the relocating to. Yeah, so Belle kind of just gets dressed and everything. The conditioner works wonders. Repats her hair and like leaves the bathroom and finds somewhere to kind of go sit down and maybe finish the book.
Alright.
No, I don't know what you retrobate's doing.
Well, I went to bed, so.
I'll wake up
Well,
eventually.
I tell you what, we'll pick that up after a little break.
Yay!
So we'll be right back about 5-10 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
So we can figure out how to stop people. Yes.
And welcome back before it goes chaotic.
Yes, you do want to.
Before.
Wait, was it before?
You all know what I meant.
Let there be fuckery afoot.
We go back in.
My foot's a fuckery. No, wait, that's wrong.
Lisa Bell has just discovered a metric ton of information about this world, including its true name.
My hairs. Help.
I'm eating mini sausage
Would it have
rolls.
happened if you'd given me the book?
It would have happened still.
Yeah, but to me.
Oh no, it would have happened to both of us.
Yeah.
I mean, the experience she had wouldn't have happened to you, but
Apparently you're not
go
just
around
carrying a million artifacts.
Well, to be fair, I was picking them up for the ride. And also, you wouldn't have exposed yourself to a god.
Yeah, probably not.
You don't know that.
I mean,
We're not here to king claim.
yeah, okay, fine. I mean, if you're into that, go ahead.
Bit of a niche market. But
Yeah.
Oh,
Fulfillment is rare.
you get the bot back.
when it hits, though, it hits hard.
It's that long-term denial paying off at last. Sorry,
Nice love.
Oh, we're live again. Whoops. Hello.
Dun, dun, dun.
ladies and gentlemen, my housemates.
I'm here all the time, because I live here. Such is the role of a housemate. You may continue.
What is everyone doing now? You're asleep.
Yep.
So you can take off a long rest as you've already gone to sleep.
I've found the library, so therefore.
Yep, so you
Fire
head down to the
extension.
library. Pass over the book.
I don't want it anymore. I'll come back for the rest of it later.
I'm going to eat mini sausage rolls and then have a nap.
Just a nap? Or are you
No,
going
a long rest.
Long rest,
Cat
yeah.
nap.
Can nap, yeah.
I think Belle needs to sleep after this. She's like, no, I can't deal with this no more.
By the time you kind of come in, Click's already kind of gone off and found his way to bed as well, because his eyes are just staring at a paper and drawing for a long while does strain the eyes like fuck.
Did he leave his drawings laying around?
He's not left Spring's journal, because that Spring's journal probably have private stuff in it, so he's taking that with him as well, so people won't peer into that. But he has left like some of the other drawings he was doing kind of out in the open, kind of there. So you kind of see like some of the drawings of like the epic battles that have been going on and what you can remember.
Takes the drawings as keepsakes.
Roll a d10.
That was cocked. 9.
The drawing you kind of pick was one of the ones that was kind of hidden up, and as you kind of pull it out, you look and see, and it's a weird, from his point of view, upon the deck of a ship of the battle you guys had with the Kraken overhead, Spring as a dragon on top of it, kind of thing, and you and Flake kind of in the foreground of his eye point, trying to battle it from the deck of the ship.
It was a busy morning.
Very busy morning. Took a lot out of us. Especially you. You slept for days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely keeping that one.
But then I assume you find and make your way off to bed.
Easy.
You know what to do.
I know.
Get them hundreds out.
How many times?
Just once. Once at the beginning of a rest, once at the end of a rest.
35.
35.
Rip. F in the chat. F. Stop it myself.
Can you roll a d10, please?
Ooh.
Popped again. 10.
10.
Mm.
You feel a sudden change throughout
Oh,
your
fuck's
entire body. You now need to put onto your character sheet you're 10 years older.
What?
You're an elf, it doesn't really fucking
Oh
matter.
yes, that means nothing. That's like an after.
35, 36. Roll a d10. Your age changes by number of years, equal to the roll. If it's odd, you get younger. If the roll is even, you get older.
Fuck, it should have stayed cocked as 1.
You
Being an
become...
elf, 10 years is fuck all.
It's everything!
She... Within elf lineage years, she's roughly in that moody teenage angst area.
Yeah.
I'm past my prime now. I could have been something.
I could have been a queen!
I could have been a player. I'm old.
Hey, don't call me out like this.
How far into the book do you get, Ellen?
I'll read a couple more chapters.
So you passed to where Lisabel got Orin, or...
I'm assuming you came to the library and like told me.
I did. Look
Yeah, I'll continue
Think about
from where she...
So you read about a couple of chapters into the War of the Arcane. So, no war so far upon this world has been as vast. It's a war that lasted well over 100 years on itself alone. And the talking about it is when arcane magic was truly properly introduced. You understand this as fable and fairy tales of when your people, the Genasi, abandoned the point of arcane magic, except for in extreme cases and the need of knowledge, but only for that. And the use of power through the arcane your people do is strictly forbidden. And as you've seen before, members have been cast out completely of clans who have been found to practice it. All because of this war. This war nearly destroyed this world 1,000 times over in its chaos because of the power of the arcane gifted to many of the mortals by the gods themselves. The beginning of it was that only limited few. The Dragonborn had always had access to it, but more and more. The new races that were coming out, at the time the young elves and dwarves were near on obsessed with it. The dwarves nearly decimated their entire population with the arcane, which is why they strictly forbid its use as well. Many of the other races, including the halfling and gnomes, came about, and the humans are only upon this world due to meddling in the arcane. It's why they, for up until halfway through the first age, were immensely a slave race for all the other older races. And it just kind of goes on to different points, different battlegrounds throughout the year, first opening like 10 or so years in those first couple of chapters. And you kind of learn a lot about the genuine dark history arcane magic had on this world, and how some places you've seen through some travels were completely decimated and rebuilt after the wars and things like that. It was just a genuine consistent destructive time, all in the sake of good against evil. That's about as far as you get into.
Okay.
And no space-time rips or anything. You're good.
So you all go for a long rest. So you can all take a long rest off. Flake is the first one to actually wake this time because he did go to
You can't
bed.
make those character choices for me.
You literally went to bed
Like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
a good 5-6 hours before everyone else found their way to bed.
I still slept for like 15 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so you wake up roughly about 8 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
before everyone else.
What godly hour is this? I can hear birds.
I need you to roll a Constitution check, please.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Check or save?
Check.
Oh, well, it's a 4, and but whatever I add to that ain't gonna help. Where's the bucket?
You look over at your bag.
Yeah.
You have a slight itch.
It's like,
It's not.
Would you call
If
it
you rolled a natural
would you call it a
one,
hankering?
I would call it an a wanting to do a second trip, as it were, going on another ride. But it's not so great that it has you that you have to have it. If you rolled a natural one, I would have said that your character died for it.
Mouth.
Died for it. But you didn't roll a natural one. You rolled enough away from it that it'd be alright. But you definitely can, like...
This is happening again at some point.
You,
That means I've got to break into
in your head, you're not necessarily thinking like all 5 at once, but you want to be like, that was an experience that you'd quite happily go through again.
I'm your dealer now, bitch.
Hey, I only gave you the mixed one. I've still got the loose supply.
Oh dear.
Well, you got the lesser stuff. And it gives you about a fifth of the high, brother.
Yeah, mate, that's what I need, man. That's all I need, alright?
Just sell yourself that bitch. You'll be back. You'll be back.
I'll
First
go
it was
find
free.
somebody that sells some tinfoil and I'll be back.
First it was free. After that you gotta.
You got paid.
Playing catnip.
Yeah.
As
Wine.
Yeah.
everyone else,
Talking of which.
morning one. Near on morning mimosa.
Yeah.
As you wake up,
87.
That's a very high number.
you don't notice anything. You're within your own private room. You don't notice anything happen to you, particularly at that moment.
Particularly.
But
As you get dressed, walk out the door, and kind of obviously kind of like all the doors. There's guards throughout the kind of thing, just in case anything were to happen, kind of thing. If anyone wants to get inside. The guard across from you, in the room across from you, we will say, is Clicks. Guard standing there, as you kind of understand.
Yes.
You look to your right to see the guard that should be next to your door, and he's flying in the air. As that roll was, you cast fly on a random creature within 60 feet of you.
Mama, help.
He's just kind of looking at you like, what's going on?
Nothing, you'll be fine soon.
Just stay away from the open windows.
Yeah. I kind of look over to the guard across the other side. I'm like, when he comes down, he might need some medical attention. Just
Get a mattress from one of the rooms.
Just take the mattress from my room, put it underneath him. Make sure he doesn't go near a window. You'll never see him again.
Like he can control it. It's just the fly spell. It's not like he's been cast like an anti-gravity spell.
He doesn't know.
He might not know what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does not know that.
Motivator out of there.
But
Walks away quickly.
you all eventually wake up, find your way to one of the rooms with some form of breakfast, food, and
Because Belle technically went to bed last night without actually eating anything. That was our
yeah, so
choice.
you are freaking hungry as hell,
Yes.
and basically devour a village's worth of food.
Hey! It's about that much. Save some for later. She does travel and stuff. You know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you fucking mean. That was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It fucking was. It was fucking the worst content of Warcraft I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Nice.
So I actually made bagels and took them away with me.
Right.
Because it was like, well, we're clearly not getting any food here, so we might as well just get ready for Colin and fuck off.
But anywho.
Yeah, anyway, we digress.
Now, come the late morning, probably about 10:30, 11 in the morning, you're all summoned into the war room. To ready to talk about whatever plan is to be begun for taking down Wendolin permanently.
You stay for it for the moment. That was too tired to say.
As you're all walking there.
You've aged horribly overnight.
Yeah, yeah.
What do they say?
I mean, I can get you quite easy to roll a perception check to see if she actually looks like she aged. But that comment was too good to not.
Belle just leaves the room. Like, I don't care, I've been summoned! Call me when it's over!
I don't think I'd notice. I don't think how... They live like 500 years or something, don't they? Or more.
700.
So yeah, 10
I'm in
years
the
is
teenage
nothing.
angst years, leave me alone. I'm
And she's-
120.
What
I'd
is a
say-
teenage for an elf? Is that like 400?
I'm basically a kid, really.
Yeah,
Let's be real
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
A kid that's sleeping around half the time.
Well, you're quite roughly every 10 years to an elf is roughly 1 year to a human, give or take.
I'm 122 years old.
132 now.
That was 112 before.
Alright, yeah, so if
You're
you're
12 years old.
a little bit older than that, because like if you take the average human life expectancy about 80 years to the elves' average of 700 years. There was
I don't
that.
need Botox.
There we go.
She looks like she needs a little lift, you know. Did he chin tap maybe?
Right, so how much are you attached to your fur?
Well, it grows out to me, so quite that, you know.
Kind of waxing strips?
No?
Would you like to hear of them?
No? No, with that expression on your face? No.
So you guys are doing this, walking into the war room. Handel, Shamish,
Uncle
and
Mel.
Malorn are just stood there like.
Belle is in a mood.
Oh really? I couldn't
Teenagers.
tell.
No, same as usual.
Shamash just does the typical, just like. Oh.
Fuck's sake, they're right again.
And Andel just rolls his eyes completely.
You are their last best hope.
Fuck, we're screwed.
Hey, we saved the world.
Multiple times so far.
We know what we're doing.
It's all in the
We've saved
Tuesday last
towns,
time.
saved cities, saved the world. It's fine.
So, what are we doing?
We are trying to make a plan about what we're going to do. We try and figure what's the best way to get either Wendon out of her cave of a hole and kill her, or find a way to trap her within and kill her that way. But either way, it's something to doing with killing some great white dragon.
Well,
Let's get the bitch out, huh?
Bitch is infatuated with
We
a
should
certain
get
red
Lover
dragon.
Boy. to come
Well,
out.
she's also infatuated with the hunting, you know.
Mm.
So we get a tempting mark outside of her cave.
Well, we have illusion spells that are.
I mean, she hates me. I mean, she has just frozen my city.
Maybe she'd like to hunt you.
I don't mind being bait.
Not sure you'd be good enough, though. One soul elf.
Really bad morning for her, you know.
One soul elf
Kelly's
is not going to
Uncle Bill
equivalent.
Oh, really? Okay.
And besides, her sense of a hunt isn't a humanoid. It's a monster. It's if we can find a way to maybe summon some monster-like creature here for her to hunt.
Hey, like those big ice worm things that burn you with the belly.
Wendy, I got a package for you.
Yeah, see, the problem is that wouldn't
Can't get
kill her.
Mambo.
That would just explode in her face. She'd look towards wherever the camera's pointing and just blow out the tiny flame left in her hand.
Candy Graham from Mango.
While introducing herself as Mud.
Yeah.
You could do a minor illusion of the Goliath that is supposed to be bringing her treasure. That'll draw her out.
Do you remember those big, scary, like ice worm things before? That bellies that burn you?
Oh yeah,
Think she'd be interested in hunting one of them?
She might be.
maybe.
'Cause that's
No.
There are.
Oh no, I thought it was an actual one.
I mean, we we could actually. The caves and within the mountains, there are a fair few swarming in those areas. I mean,
Okay, so how do we get it there?
Somebody pays bait.
Teleportation circle.
Yeah, teleportation circle. Someone pays bait to lure it out of its.
does
hiding bit.
anyone? Can anyone charm a monster?
I'm very charming.
As in the.
I have dominate beast. That's kind of the same thing.
No, Dominate beast or monster.
Now Lauren pulls out the
Yeah,
book
he
out
pulls
of
out
his.
his player's handbook.
Well, let's see here. Right here, the spell says.
Says on the spine of the book how Elric works.
It's not Elrich.
Elrich.
It's just like,
Well, no,
How does
curriculum
this
has not
shit
been changed
work?
yet.
that's true. We haven't been told this yet.
No, we don't know. We don't know shit. We are the no shit brothers. No shit brothers.
You don't know nothing. No motherfucker tells me anything. I just take notes.
Yeah, Dominate Beast and Dominate Monster are two separate spells.
Then I don't know. I mean, I can always check.
I mean,
my,
I could.
I haven't changed my spells up since I leveled up, so this is something I can do now.
Well, to be fair, you are a druid. You have access to all the druid spells, and you get to pick whichever one.
Yeah.
Same with wizard
Yeah,
as well. So,
Let me have a look, see if there's something I could.
Fuck them on the day.
Lauren kind of again. So, like in character, Lauren does pull a book out, and it's like, I mean, we could spend a day, or if people don't mind waiting. I do happen to have some of my inscription.
I mean, Zach, we've got 5 bad dragons to deal with.
Anyways, Malone's going like, I do have my inscription stuff with me, so I could create a scroll of Dominate Monster or something like that if no one has the spell at hand. No. It's a high level spell, that's why. I doubt. It is an 8. It is one of the highest. It's not one of the highest, but it's quite up there as a high spell. I could spend quite easily the rest of the day and probably first part of tomorrow morning creating a scroll to dominate one.
Or couldn't you just come with us and cast it?
It will only last for an hour though, so we'd have to dominate it, teleport it, and presumably us with it to ever hide and hope Windallen finds it, or find someone who could be a messenger and tell Windallen of this creature.
I'm figuring out this.
That's why we're here. That's why we were planning. We're trying to figure stuff out.
I have Charm Monster.
Oh, dude.
Charm Monster.
Question, this is out of character.
Yes.
I need 4th level. That's
Charm
We
Monster.
killed
Yeah.
the one that tried to kill Danita,
Yeah, I
didn't
can have charm monsters on.
we? The servant.
We'll have to tag team it then. Till it's
That
the
wasn't a
perfect.
servant of Wendallen. That was a servant of the Green.
No, why you said it's Wendy?
Which servant is this? Are you talking
The
about?
one that Danita fell in love with. And
Oh, you mean the one that came back to life?
Yeah.
And oh yeah, no, he's
Right,
alive.
yeah.
He disappeared at the end of that battle with a scroll and teleported away.
And it lasts for an hour, so.
It'd be possible that we do a minor illusion of him.
It's possible.
I mean, we
You
don't
can
know
s-
if he's actually there or not. That's the problem.
You can certainly try.
So many
He
spells.
must
I
be
forgot to
a
actually
Dragon
check.
Ball with a big dick.
Out the bottom.
So that was out of game, but yeah, you can certainly try. I mean, you don't know if he's going to actually be there. You don't know if he's off somewhere else with whatever renegade monks he's taken away with.
It's a little bit of a tablet to the wife. And then we're still thinking about her. Off on our adventures with Loki. Bitch.
Why have I not accepted that spell into my list? Add Wrath of Nature. I didn't even know I had that one.
Oh no.
That's savage. And lots of fun. Okay.
Alright, so we got a few ideas put into place. What do we all think is going to be the total best situation? Or best outcome?
Get her out of her lair into an area we have prepared.
That we have complete control over.
So we have a few different ways we can do that, or at least a few things we can tempt her out with, anyways.
Yeah.
Minor illusions of Sonova, or some beast for her to hunt, dominate, or could charm a beast, or monstrosity, or whatever, out for her to hunt. Other than how are we going to inform her? She's not going to be able to know the things there.
So I was going to look really weird. Anyone's looking over there and going, "Hey, there's a cool thing out there for you to kill."
Yeah.
Would make it very questionable.
Unless
Me.
they're really charming and witty.
Why are you offering yourself up?
Well, here's another question.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This is Shamas kind of steps forward a bit, and he's now looking, kind of looking down. And there's a widened map of Azia in front of you all guys. Where are we going to do this?
Have we got? Is there a city or place nearby that's been completely fucked? It doesn't matter if we.
Yeah, the
Uthan,
room
the
she
ci-
went to, yeah.
Yeah,
And we got
Uthan, the city we were
guards
just at. I mean,
Yeah.
we
And the teleportation circle.
Absolutely. Yeah.
actually, Uthan wouldn't be that bad of a
Well, yeah, no civilians.
get the garrison out. A good place for all of us to stay spread out in case she wants to. Then that way, if she does use her freaking ice breath on anyone, it's one person, not all of us. We can all attack from different angles. Most of us here can attack from a distance. Those who can get close can, at least if she hits the ground, those who do attack with melee can jump on her back, safe away.
Okay.
Close enough. And the city's already ruined. It's not like we're going to be. It's going to get rebuilt at some point, anyways.
Oh,
Yeah.
my saying needs to do out.
Oh, and we've got the cage we can keep the beastie in.
Well, it
How do we?
transforms into.
Does she know the beholder beneath the city is dead?
Probably not.
I ain't told her. She might just
You
turn
can
up.
send a
around-
message from him.
She might just turn up. She might just turn up anyway because there's no treasure coming in. She did already do that once.
Yeah, she said she was gonna come back.
So let's just go camp. Fuck the rest of it. Let's just go camp there. If we need to get a beastie she hasn't set up in a day or two, we can. Are we making this too complex?
I don't. What if we placed not a beast? What if we went with the minor illusion route again? Minor illusioned a beast there, and I could try to come up with a few spells to create some more things. Maybe kill those pesky other Goliaths, spread their bodies around the city, make it look like this illusion monster killed them, and she'll try to attack this, and then when she's and once she figured out it's an illusion, we pounce.
Yeah.
Or we get the monster anyways, let them juke it out for a bit, and then pounce on her when she eventually kills the thing.
What about
Because-
our magical friends we met along the way, like Mr. Wolf guy and the giant snake? Would they help? I mean, she wants them. Well, she definitely wants the wolf because she
Well, I
had him
don't-
locked up.
I don't know anything about these things with people. It's outside of canon character. Like the knowledge of the Loa
Yeah.
is your guys. You guys know about this. Being told it's not a massive common sense, except for those who have gone out searching
What
to
happened
worship
to the
them.
What the wolf's name?
Paquet.
Yeah. Yeah. But where did they go?
I mean,
Because they were.
he was currently
with
helping
us,
he was
but-
currently helping kind of build up there, but I mean, he will be returning to the wild before long again to be the obscure myth to keep
It's
away.
just maybe word that he got out would be enough for her to come back anyway.
I think we should get back over there because she has already come over. Huh?
Hmm?
We should probably get our asses back there anyway.
Yeah. Well, she'll be coming regardless, probably.
Yeah.
But we want to be ready.
Alright, so we have a staging ground, we have a window of opportunity of when she's going to be arriving.
I quite like the idea of letting her fight another monster. And get
Yeah, yeah.
That's,
The hag. How strong is she?
oh, no.
Doesn't want to see his girlfriend.
Just trying to make. Just connecting the plot points.
And kind of walks up and is like, I wouldn't. I mean, the hag, I just wouldn't even. Hags are just not a good thing, even in the slightest.
No, that
Like,
was good. Never spoke to one of them.
and she would want something in return.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, she'd be
I've
risking her
heard
life,
that.
and albeit she would probably be gone the second she sees the
If you
dragon.
suggest that maybe she can take the hand in marriage of a
Shut
hand.
up.
Strong hands and tobacco.
Are you alright there, mate? Friend, your face looks a bit...
Bit pissed.
It's coming in third. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, your usual jolly expression is...
I just want to slap a bitch, that's all.
It's called resting fluff face. Just how I always look.
Cannon.
Some of us may have spoken to the hag. We might owe her something. Let's not dwell upon it.
Okay.
I won't get the waxing strips out and then.
Well... Ando,
So won't.
Ando's now kind of looking at the map. Well, considering where... and considering where... If I'm right, and he kind of points roughly to where the hill point where you guys have where you know the hag's have to be. If the hag's lives here, moves up a little bit to the small hills and mountains above, a little north to it, and the dragon's there. I highly doubt the hag will be home for a while until it's confirmed the dragon is no longer there, or she just might recluse to the Feywild.
Oh,
Forever.
so she'll owe us a favour if we get her home back. It's very unlikely she will, but
We'll just put in the
we
pieces
can wipe
in.
his step.
Yeah, that's true.
We got your home back. We defrosted it for you.
Yeah. Just put it on defrost until.
Till further notice. Get out of his bargain with her. Oh, he's listening. He's always listening. You should have said yes. You would have looked awesome.
Yes.
Perfect. Plan sorted.
What?
No, it's fine. No, we haven't got a plan. We're good. We're good.
Just say if we defrosted the hag's house, then you wouldn't have heard of that. Do you know us? So it'd wipe up and cancel each other out.
Okay, yeah.
Get the hag involved.
Get the hag.
Damn it.
And Endel's now looking really worried. It's like, do you have to get the hag involved?
Yes.
Oh, you too, huh?
No, it's not that. It's just like there's not a lot of good stories surrounding hags. At least what I'm being told. And this particular one is a bit of a tear on the continent. There's been several considered attempts to try and take her down, but nobody kind of really wants to go near it. Something about loss of joy or something like that.
That bad, is it?
Yes.
Well, alright.
You
then.
guys didn't. Oh,
We have an encounter.
in Moradin's name, you guys didn't.
I can't even remember why
We didn't do
I
anything.
didn't do it.
I did it. I can't even remember why I did it.
Magic. Maybe.
Okay, let's stop doing that because I'm going to get very addicted to doing that. So someone sent me something to do on Google, and yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
Okay, let's leave the hag out of it.
Yeah.
Should we get the big
Leave it on.
bastard monster in? We'll find
Yes.
the big bastard monster, or
Yeah.
illusion of a big bastard monster.
Right, well, the creatures you're referring to earlier are the remores. There's a few nests and swarms within the mountains surrounding us.
They come in
Kind of thing.
swarms?
Not overly not all the time. Usually one or two will go out solo-y to hunt down food. But they do have nests. They're within the mountains, but they stay within the mountains and they don't come anywhere near the city, thankfully.
I got that.
Otherwise, there might be salamanders in the area further into the mountains that might...
Like Miss Pig.
No, like genuine huge fire-breathing fuckers. Or no, lightning-breathing fucker.
No.
Oh, there's two types. There's one that
Yeah.
breathes lightning, one that breathes frost, I think.
You know
There's
which
that.
one's which.
There were giants that settled here hundreds and hundreds of years ago, so there might be some of their weird draconic-like creations that we can use that said they don't like dragons. Other than possibly summoning something from the eternal abyss, like a giant demon or something, I am short of answers on that side.
Well,
Does
that's
anybody know
helpful.
any giant demons?
So Rim or Ya.
Yes.
Get one of them, teleport it, bang it in the cage. Make use of the little shit, maybe, on the glass. That sounds a little evil. And then when it turns up, fights the thing, we kill her.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a good plan.
Easy.
Let's do it.
How hard can it be?
Famous last words.
I mean,
I didn't do it.
Exactly.
we fought her and lived before.
Oh,
Yeah, we
we
almost-
got frozen for 3 days last time we fought her.
Oh, we survived.
Just 5 days. I was frozen. My memory's not so
Flying down
good.
Wendy's achievements.
Yeah. Yeah. This one.
It's only 3 days, bitch. Fuck you.
I thought it 3 days.
3 days here now. What difference does it make?
Okay.
I will get the wax strips. Don't test me, kitty.
I will oversoak your breakfast for a month.
Try it.
My cooking, so yeah, I do.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's happening.
All right
You
then.
happy then?
How are you with ball patches?
No, I wear clothing of most of myself, so you know, and good luck getting Nimi to do it.
You should have to sleep sometime.
I have very good hearing even when I'm asleep.
I know. I just still eat slippers.
And when you're asleep, you can kiss goodbye to your hair.
Oh, I'm getting old, so it's already going as it is.
Yeah, it sure is. There's a bit of golden touch feeling at the front already, you know?
Oh no, it's called magic.
Really? You want to stop doing that then. It's not looking good.
Right, okay, where's the waxing kit? I'll do it when you're awake.
Sorry, yes.
Continue.
Sorry, we were just sitting here enjoying the spectacle.
Everyone else in the ballroom was like,
So yes,
come on,
the people with the spell, let's go and get the remote Hamaha, and we'll get rid of it, yes? Off you go.
My Lauren's just kind of saying this like, so you guys aren't going to come with me to help get the fucker?
Sounds not like my gig, it's just like charm the thing, bang it through teleportation. I'll see you at the city, yeah? Don't give me for that, do you? Come on, you're all powerful and amazing, you can do it. Give me a fucking day off.
I'm not going to the cave alone.
I mean, not even that you pay me or anything, so you can't really give me a day off. What? I woke up today and chose violence. What?
Come on,
He's just he, in his close to 1,000-year lifespan so far, is just looking at you and just like. So who's coming with me to get the fucker?
me.
Cool, I got 2 volunteers.
Fine, not coming with you. I'll get in trouble with you anyway. I'll get bored, so whatever.
This is a whole party thing, man.
Right. So before we go, does someone have? Did you say you had Charm Monster or something like that?
Yes, I can prepare Charm Monster. So
Yeah, I've prepared.
you prepare as
That
well.
is right. So I got a couple of chances to try and charm it, try and get it down.
What's the backup plan? Have we got
Kill
chemically charmed?
Run away. Throw dragon scales at it. No.
So dragon gets dragon powers.
Yeah.
I could, if we don't need to leave right away, I could.
Yeah.
He kind of starts looking at between Shamash, you, and Click, and like, one of you can cast like Revive or something, can't you?
Yeah, spare the dying or something like
In
that.
case we do kill it.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'm not a necromancer.
Oh,
No. Just revive back, low enough H, low enough.
So knock it out,
So what's your roll?
so 0 HP, drag it there, then wake it up again.
Something like that.
Stack it with leather healing spells, which we will then not have available to ourselves, but you know.
I mean, wouldn't necessarily need to. I mean, if done right, we could probably heal.
Fuck you, bitch.
Actually, necromancy might not be a.
Oh no. I have Open Pandora's box. Do we know any necromancers?
Right, the monster. You got it?
They're not coming up to me.
Okay, hang on. I've got it.
Well, let's find the beast first.
Yeah.
Let's find the beast first. We'll try the charm monster side of it all. As soon as it's charmed, we teleport straight there. How long does charm monster?
1 hour.
1 hour.
I mean, if we teleport there, well, we have to
We'd have to
know
find a way to
Wendy's,
keep it there, though.
And Wendy has to turn up within an hour, when we've got to fight it anyway.
I mean, I've also got a whole monster.
Yeah, but I think
I've
that's
got nothing.
but that's only an
Embrace
hour.
monster.
The effect of that. I feel the effect of that spell itself only lasts for an hour as well.
Well, it gives us another hour.
I mean, there's a big cage
So
there
negative.
for where we locked up
I
the wolf
said
guy.
that.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah.
You said that ages ago.
Well, credit
Before
where
I
credit's due. He said
Threatened
it
him with
first.
wax strips.
I can rig the cage for the top to explode when Wendy gets here. So at least then the monster has a chance to fight Wendy to take her down some pegs. Then Wendy kills the monster, tries to claim whatever victory and spoils that she
So
would have to, and then we all 7 of us jump in.
Yeah.
That requires no thing, yeah?
Yeah.
We at least we with all distant spells can get a surprise round on her while she's claiming victory.
I don't want to know how she claims victory over herself.
Probably. Deliciously.
Freezes it.
Can't
Yeah.
That's long.
This just looks like ice cream.
Cool. Right.
For more ice cream. Mmm.
So we have a plan. I say we break for lunch and head to the mountains.
Break for lunch.
Break!
Sure.
And that was a 5 I rolled.
Oh, lame. Could have rolled so much better.
It's on a D8.
Still could have rolled so much better.
Yeah.
Rolled 8 for crying out loud.
That sounds like 62.5%. Come on.
That's a pretty fucking quick math.
I mean, if we're not nerds in one form or another around this table, then we're at the one table.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Lunch, mountains, monster, dragon.
Done, let's do it.
Alright, so for the sake of brevity, time, and everything, lunch happens, you guys venture off to the mountains, manage to, after probably a few hours of spelunking. It's such a fun word to say. Spelunking.
It doesn't sound it's very tiring activity, spelunking.
Yeah. But yeah, saying it's so much fun.
It's all about lunking with spells.
Spelunking.
Spelunking.
That's going to be my
Anyway.
new spell word.
Dictate.
You guys eventually,
Bob.
you guys do eventually come across Iramoras. I need to pull this out. We want to do, I'm not going to do initiative bullshit this time of fucking night because I want to do this quickly. Cool.
Oh, look.
So as you guys
Succeeds. Fantastic.
guys come up, I will be having him do saves against it. So who is going to throw the first charm monster?
Let me just check what my...
I'm basically just here as moral support because I can't do
I'm
shit.
basically here in case it fucks up.
Yeah.
Give me
Like,
one
if it doesn't
second.
work and it attacks us.
Yeah, then that's why we're here.
Yeah. With a backup plan.
I've got to check. It's probably
So I'm
17. That's what my thing is save.
Well, it's a wisdom save, which
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on.
I was gonna say 17.
That's
It
right.
doesn't do that bad, does it?
No, it doesn't, darling. You're fine.
Okay,
it'll be
I
your
don't
spell
I
DC.
don't want wax you.
Yep, 17, yeah?
17, yeah.
Cool. So, who wants to cast it first?
I guess I'll do it first.
Yep, Go, so you don't know why you're going to roll. 'Cause it's a save, isn't it? So I don't know why you're going to roll.
I'll
Just waving your dice around the place
Cool.
threateningly.
Well, because
Come at me!
how wonderful life works like this,
yeah.
and you can lean over the DM screen to have a look at what I just rolled. Immediately, you guys come across it. Flake runs around and shouts spelunking. And immediately, as you do that, the remora is in its giant worm-like, multi-leg state. And for Grace's point, that is what the creature looks like. Actually,
I've got one somewhere.
many.
Yeah, I remember that many hitting the table and me going, oof.
Yeah, so do I. I think we all had the same reaction.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're fun because if you get too close to them, their belly burns you.
Yep.
And if they eat you, they burn you from the inside.
Yeah,
as well.
and squish you. It was great.
Yeah. We all had to go on that roller coaster.
Cool.
They're top fun, they are.
Yeah.
So within literally 6 seconds of running into this creature,
Yeah. Drown, bitch. What's that?
it immediately
Like, good kid.
basically bows its head down to you.
It's spiky.
Why
They
did you
ride
have
him to the teleportation.
Why did you have to pet him?
Because it's like, just cut everything.
Because they won and they
You,
succeeded.
Flake, take 7 points of fire damage.
Not
Well,
just get to like roll a dex save.
No, it's automatic.
It's a radius the aura eating.
Well, it is a radius aura, but it's based on attacking it, kind of thing.
It's fine. I'll accept that as payment for charming it.
I like how the bard is the one giving the disappointed face in this one situation.
Yeah.
So, within that kind of moment, you manage to charm the monstrosity creature that it is. Malorn quickly flows up a teleportation circle back to Uthan, the ruined city, getting the monster through first and throwing all yourselves through it. Thankfully, running through to warn the garrison, like, don't attack the creature. You, I assume, within that time, tell it to get into the cage and wait
Be a
patiently.
good boy.
Not touching.
You guys explain to the garrison
Oh, I've got snacks.
they're Goliaths.
Yeah, please.
They're
please.
Goliath
Oh, they're
herds.
still in there.
Yeah, they're still in there. You
You
basically are just putting it in there with these Goliaths, and they're all just like weaponless. The druid
Yeah.
is scared. The druid of the Glen is scared shitless. Like, oh, okay, this is how I'm gonna die. Fun, great.
Behave yourselves. I won't tell him to eat you.
I thought they might have moved to the
They're all basically gonna die due being standing next to it in the heat.
Yeah, indeed.
Well,
I thought they would have moved the glass by now, my bad.
I didn't know.
Oh well, it's next.
Goodbye.
At least now don't have to worry about feeding the creature.
At full strength for his fight.
You explain to the garrison.
You have to look after your pets.
I did. I fed him some Goliaths. It'll be fine.
Make sure you take them out for a
They're
walk
very
as well.
high in
I'm not touching him
cholesterol.
again.
They're
What?
incredibly high in cholesterol.
No, these are all like mountain ones. They'll be
Oh,
fine.
it'd be busy.
They're a bit rugged.
No.
You
A lot of fiber.
So, you guys explain to the to the garrison that's there what the plan is. They agree they all do get teleported back to Bardoon for safety. You all spend the rest. I'm going to assume you'll spend the rest of the day trying to find points within the city itself to make camp, and everything, or to set up for the ambush.
Gonna scout some good hiding points that are somewhere near the remora site.
Yep. And you all get ready to set up for the inevitability of Wendolin's return for whatever reason. That is where we will end it tonight. And next session, we'll pick up with you guys fighting Wendolin and taking down one of the
Boilers?
Yes. Yeah, we might
Oh,
lose.
like, come to their conclusions. Of how
Wendolin
we were all
might
going to
take-
die.
Yeah, Wendy might take it out.
Yeah.
Wendy
She
having
might
a
not
spell
even turn up.
Oh, no shit.
day. Having a scale-
She might send someone else instead.
She might be having a scales done.
Yeah, true.
However,
However.
until then,
However.
everybody, please remember to look after yourselves. If you need help, reach out to someone. And if you are someone and see a friend of yours or someone you love who looks like they are in need, reach out to them. Don't let. We're not alone in this world, and there's no reason for us to be alone in this world. There it
There's
is.
a thing.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh dear.
Goodbye.
Run away!
But until then, please remember that there's nothing wrong with being a geek, and there's nothing wrong with D&D. So until next time, guys.
There is, you just
We'll
don't
see
play it enough.
He said, but.
But